Hello, everybody. So it's been a while. How you doing? I've been working hard in landscaping, and I just recently got a raise. Yay! And things seem to be working out really well. They like me at my job, and they want to keep me, and I like working for them. I plan to stay, especially now that I've bought this condo out in the west end of Toronto, which cost a lot of money. And so I want to make sure I can meet all my obligations and live a pretty good life. Be able to afford high quality fruits, vegetables, and wild game that I eat once a week. So yes, I'm still doing the 6-to-1 diet. I eat 100% plant-based. 6 days out of the week, and on the seventh day, I have an animal product, and it's mostly wild game. Yesterday, I had wild boar. I also love the New Zealand grass-fed venison. I love wild suckeye and rainbow trout, and I've had duck breast as well recently. So yeah, that's where it's at for me in that area. And I try to eat local as much as possible. I go to the farmer's market. I try to go to the farmer's market every Saturday morning here in Toronto at the Brickworks. It's all pretty much all organic, locally grown, and expensive. So it's wonderful if you are in a position where you can buy these foods, but it's not cheap. But it's worth it if you can do it for your health. It is worth it. There are alternatives. So there's plenty of places in the city where you can get fruits and vegetables at a discount. And, you just got to take the time to look around and find out where they are. But they're there. I just love going to the farmer's market at the Brickworks. It's just the whole, it's more than just the food. It's the whole environment. There's a pond there, and there's been beautiful water lilies this summer that have been in flower. And if you want, there's trails you can go walking through, like the Don Valley area. And, it's an old brickyard, basically, that has been converted into this really cool space that's centered around basically ecology, the environment, that kind of thing. And there's always entertainment during the day, and you just meet people that are selling produce from various parts of Ontario. It's great. It's a great experience. But again, very expensive. You'll bleed through $100 in no time. But anyways, so Casey Stern, you should be proud of me. Oh, it's actually separated. Look at that. I'm having a juice this morning, and the reason being is because at the farmer's market, this one farmer I guess he had an abundance of celery, so he was selling big stacks of it like that for $4. And so I couldn't resist the deal, but I wouldn't be able to eat all this stuff quick enough before it went bad. So I decided to make a juice this morning. I just got back in from a very nice run. Actually, it was cross-training as well. I was doing pull-ups and all that stuff on the bars, push-ups, stretching and all that on this beautiful sunny day today. Wow, the weather is just amazing. Like right now, the temperatures, it's been a really hot summer. The temperatures have come down. It's very comfortable. So I'm not working today. Obviously, it's a Sunday. So I'm just taking advantage of this gorgeous weather and getting in a good workout outdoors. I love the outdoors, and that's why I do landscaping, because I love being outdoors. When I decided to go back to work, that's what I had to think about. Do I really want to be in an office? Do I really want to be, in a store, in retail, indoors all the time? No, I want to be outside, and landscaping was the answer for that. Well, Casey of the Vegetable Police, he's into this juicing and eating lots of nuts and seeds, the low-carb, high-fat, all plant-based diet. I guess he's following the example of Lou Corona and the Life Regenerator, and it's working for him. He's getting fantastic results. And this is the thing, find what works for you. That's what really matters here. For me, what works really well is the 6-to-1 diet. It's not vegan. It's plant-based omnivore. The emphasis is on eating whole plant foods for, 95% of the time, and 5% of the time, you eat some high quality animal products. And for me, it's the wild game. So yeah, I mean, like my favorite, of course, is the venison, which I've mentioned before, from New Zealand. It's grass-fed year-round. The what else? Wild sockeye. Yesterday I had wild boar that I bought at the farmer's market. That was really good. And I occasionally eat free-range eggs that I buy locally. And sometimes I'll have like a feta cheese on my salad, which is also made locally as well. But for me, it's mostly plant-based. And this is where, I remember a while back I did a video when I first decided to start the 6-to-1 diet, and I announced it in one of my videos. Aizil Mazard did a response video saying that you can't just choose to go back to eating meat occasionally, because it's like a heroin addict going back to heroin, or someone who's smoked for a number of years going back to smoking. So he was comparing it to this addiction. Well, Aizil Mazard, I'm still waiting for that to happen. I still prefer eating plants. I eat meat basically what I only eat really what I need. There's no addictive element about eating animal products. When you think of it, like meat on its own doesn't have a lot of taste. It's like potatoes on its own or rice on its own. If you don't add any flavor to it, there's not much going on there. It's the same deal with meat or animal products, even cheese. It's the flavoring and the aging that makes it what it is. But without that, it'd be pretty bland. You wouldn't be like gulping it down, and you'd have a hard time actually eating even a little bit of it. So I don't know, I can't believe he honestly believes that animal products are highly addictive. If anything, it's plant-based. Any addictive substance on this planet is plant-based. Think of it. Name any addictive drug, heroin, what is that? Poppies, cocaine, cocoa. They're all plant-based. Anything, alcohol, I don't know, where it's all plant-based. It can come from potatoes, whatever, grapes, whatever kind of alcohol they're making. But it's addictive. Tobacco leaves, right? It's all plant-based. So this idea that, meat is addictive, I don't know of any substance in meat that would make it addictive, any kind of chemical that's present there that would cause someone to be hooked on meat where they couldn't get off of it. It's a habit. It can be a cultural thing. If you've been brought up eating meat all the time, yeah, but a lot has to do with the flavoring, and even the flavoring that's added to meat is the flavoring itself is plant-based, and that's really what is addictive here, is processed foods, how you manipulate foods. And the most addictive foods that are not drugs, I find to be plant-based, like potato chips, like seasoned peanuts or nuts. These are, for me personally, are extremely addictive. I have no control over eating them. You give me a bag of chips, and it can be a big bag of chips. I'll eat the whole thing. I'll just eat it until there's nothing left. I don't have that problem with eating animal products. Anyhow, what else is going on here in my life? Yeah. Let me read a comment here. I got an interesting comment I wouldn't say interesting, it's just kind of like, wow. Someone put the effort into this. This is a long comment. It's a good paragraph long by Cleo3392. And this is his response to my video on I say no to being vegan. I guess that was the video that I put out when I announced that I'm no longer vegan. Wow, this motherfucking worthless piece of shit is a speciesist, anti-science, weak-minded sheep. You're the worst kind of fucking moron. You're the worst fucking kind of moron. He put an A in there, it wasn't necessary. You know you shouldn't have even been born, you sad cunt. I wish that I could back over you with a pickup truck to say that a moral obligation against taking innocent lives, exploitation, rape, and eating dead bodies, which we are not biologically suited to be eating, is based on pseudoscience and is just too far-fetched. You truly deserve to die. And this goes on. I can't read anymore. It goes on and on and on. But you get the idea here. Based on pseudoscience, no, this is not about, I'm not going to pull out a bunch of scientific evidence to prove that it's necessary to eat meat or eat animal products as humans. I think the argument is strong on both sides with that regards. Once you start pulling out the research, it's interesting how that research can be used to promote a paleo diet, to promote an all plant-based diet. For me, what matters is how it works for people in the real world. And what I see to be the most beneficial diet is a plant-based omnivorous diet. That is about 95% plant-based and 5% animal products.